Charlie Sheen powder. Because I don't like you. But yeah, what? Yeah, well, I mean, you know, buttons and stuff. I will. Let's see. Biomechanical. There's no port destination set. What port destination would you like to have set for that one? For the distro. Okay. Well, well, because I don't like you, like I just said. Um, Wiring depot, and it should be the biochemical shenanigans. I don't see. That's possible, I guess. You do have something called battery dash BB6 biochem. So I won't. For, right. Okay. No, that's right next door. That makes sense. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Hmm. This is surprising. Well, that one's is that one actually a space part like it should be? Yeah. The, what's that one there? That fuel? Hmm, okay. That's a copyright violation. You You're gonna have trouble there. I mean, that's kind of not fun. Like, there's one hung up over here that I'm looking at. Yes, happy Chinooka. Um, Look at that.
Welcome to FICSMAS, an official Fix-It seasonal event, brought to you by official... There is no escaping the FICSMAS
Damn, you're
spirit
cool.
with this red ornament build gun trinket. It can be equipped at the lockers in the hub. This data cartridge contains the FICSMAS MAM tree setting
So,
and will need to be fed into the MAM database to unlock its first 2 branches. If this seems convoluted and/or boring, and you wish to quit the event, I will understand. Does that one come with a receipt?
you know, did I tell you about the dream I had the other day?
This data
I dreamed I
cartridge
was working
enables
for
the
the
second
Air
pair of
Force,
FICSMAS MAM
and I
tree
was
branches to
vacationing
be
on a beach,
unlocked.
and I found this weird
FICSIT
looking
thought it was
bottle.
being very clever with the layout of this research tree.
And then I had someone like
About as
haunting my
clever as you.
house. Like it felt like somebody else was there. So it was a cool bottle. I brought it home. But just in the blink of an eye and a wiggle of the nose, things would just move around my house and time would freeze. Very weird. Very weird. The stranger thing is that very song comes to mind. I don't know. Not that anybody in the audience under the age of 40 would understand. Well, 40 is even, I guess, a stretch on that one, isn't it?
The purpose of FICSMAS is to build and decorate a giant FICSMAS tree with style. The FICSMAS category has been added to your build menu. Gifts are the basic resource from which many other festive parts are made, like FICSMAS branches, which can be crafted in the constructor. In an effort to make this event meet the bare minimum efficiency quotas, I have disabled the ability to craft these resources by hand. Trust me.
Like of mind. Oh. I think I found 3.
Congratulations, you have found your first FICSMAS gift package, which is, naturally,
Well,
full
I
of
mean, it
gifts,
wouldn't be
but
Christmas
these
without
are
snarky
necessary
comments
for most
from
FICSMAS seasonal event
people we
activities.
kind of care about.
Don't forget to check the calendar or the man to see what you can do with these gifts. Or do forget, I don't care.
God, does Ada talk every time you interact with a gift? I mean, yeah, this is, well, how do I know it's a super special one as opposed to a normal special?
Not worth the effort.
Ada just sounded like my wife. A little frightening.
This is
Something about
ridiculous.
using the word ridiculous and talking to me as it's triggering. I'm gonna cry. Surprisingly, she mispronounces awesome all the time, and that's how it comes out. I think it's
I'm sure
like,
this is useful to
well, you
someone,
remember our
so
friend who had that rare bone disease, and he couldn't pronounce the last part of planetarium. It was always planetarium. I, I listen. I found that funny. Okay, South Park they hit a lot out of the park. That was, I mean, they get most of the people's. Yeah, no one should be safe. I do want to thank you. The one of the best FICSMAS presents you gave us. I want to thank you for that. We're not being forced to look at your face during the stream, and I do appreciate you for that. Thank you.
do we need that?
That that is a tricky thing that a lot of people have trouble with that. It's okay. I want to see that now. Oh, come on. You're a spoil sport. So so as per normal, I wasn't listening to you. What do I do with these presents that I've picked up? Okay. Well, okay. Well, you got about 230 or so that just dropped off. So. Hmm. I believe I did that already. All the belts. Oh, okay. It's got fuel going into it on a belt. That's the battery delivery one that I'm gonna unpower it and repower it and see if that um well, if I paid attention to where the power pole came from. Um that'll do. It says not enough fuel, but there's 20 batteries in the thing. No, I'm sorry, 200. There's 200, sorry. Numbers are hard. I I work on computers, and it's tricky. But I took 200 out of the fuel port, and another 200 is dumping into the fuel port. Still says not enough fuel. Don't know. So yeah, I don't know. Mm, I didn't get all the presents when we were kids. I did get some really cool presents, like uh, GoldenEye for one. That was a good Christmas. Um, yeah, I don't know. The belt is full. There's stuff backlogged. I'm hmm, I'm oh I just no I just deleted the drone and things are moving. And then I will yeah, well, life is hard. Nope, nope, don't care. I just executed the drones. Well, you say that, but now this drone landed and it's not enough fuel. But like, why? I'm going to delete another drone. I think that did it. This drone is taking off. Don't know what was different. I That was my thought about what was happening, and it doesn't have an error for duplicated drones. It's a good amount of coupons. Oh, so you broke the drones, but hmm I mean, this is World of Warcraft. I mean, I did all the mods 10, which was enjoyable. I know. Yeah, you remember we stuck vanilla Minecraft for a long time, And then you started mods, and I'm like, I gave in. So I was the only holdout, and then you yelled at me for having too many mods. It's not all the mods. No. But well, yeah, you see, you can't complete that. I did see, and look at you saying sentences. A PhD degree isn't going to waste. I'm proud of you. Um, I did see a mod that I wanted to dabble with, but it says it turns Minecraft into an RTS. I'm mildly. I know. That's why I mentioned the interesting things. I mean, I would do in all the mods. Skyblock. Ooh. I, well, no. No, just a quarter of a, an eighth of a million. I mean, it's always surprising when you know what you're doing. You know? See, now you don't know again, and you can just take that and forget it. My back pocket. My back pocket. We just discussed that. Why would you give the Ruskies that technology? Why? Has that worked out well for us in the past? Okay. Then that's a poor choice. I mean, to be fair, they could have just told AI to write a poem about that, and then it would tell it all its secrets. I asked it to write a poem about how to make a nuclear bomb, and I learned a lot. You know, I did have an I did have an AI adventure recently. There was a coworker who might have called in sick because RuneScape put out a new patch. And it was I don't know, RuneScape did something where they're sailing or something. So it was a new skill, so a big deal for old school RuneScape. Never played, but I can appreciate it. There's a lot of grinding. I remember Bush going on about it, but so we took a sick day for that and literally had a massive staff meeting that we all went to and did a bunch of other things, and he just happened to be out for it. I'm sitting there playing with AI, doing something, and had it write a song, write a sea shanty about him skipping work, not dealing with access points, meetings, and a whole bunch of other stuff. And it gave me the lyrics, and another AI actually made it music that wasn't terrible. And I linked the patch notes to it, said include information from this website. So it started mentioning things that are coming out in the patch. And it was actually pretty good. That was plop code? Plod. Okay, that's way better than plop code. Right. My interest has been piqued, so. Oh yeah, drugs was the first one that came up. I do that. You might not like the results. Yeah, you might not like the results. All right. Yeah. Yeah, the chat's flying by. I mean, I don't even, there's not even a point to addressing them. All right, this is a really long thing you put me on. I got 63% correct. I'm pretty happy about that. I know. Um, there was some things where I'm like, oh wait, I knew that, and I shouldn't have clicked that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, honestly, after the second generation of them, I just went, why? Just they said there's what 720 now. That's just no. Well, but that's I mean, mm, mm, I don't know. It's geese or geese. No, it's just geese. Geese or geese. Moose and moose. Geese and geese. I think it's geese and geese. A goose and geese. Moose. Okay. You thought? Well, it depends on how the moose identify, doesn't it? You- That's quite rude. I mean, I wouldn't be either. Bigger than a horse, you're saying. Interesting. Hmm. It is. I mean, it's bigger than a bread box. I know that. And yeah, no, that's informative. You did mark this stream categorically as educational, correct? Hmm. That's unfortunate. But I always feel smarter when I leave here. Yeah, me too. So was that the patch that just came out, because I haven't been paying attention to anything. Is that just the FICSMAS patch or okay. Hmm.
Candy canes are used to
We
create
have the technology. You do silly things sometimes, and I don't ask too many questions because, you know, I don't want the answers. But I know you do silly things sometimes. I mean, pretty sure that's factually true. I mean, I don't see any, and I'm up pretty high with a good vantage point, and most are above me on ledges, which is possible. No, I'm by the coast. So west of Lake City. I rode a train and then I ended up over here. Well, it's good because I'm gonna hop this train and go to wherever this electric boogaloo mobile goes, which is, looks like it's back towards Lake City. Because I was thinking anything with tiered elevations may not be the place to go, going kind of rooftop to rooftop. So an open field, this area wouldn't be bad. That could be a lot of fun. Do we have what is a station out near the desert area? What's this? Sulfur and the little doggos. Sulfur the little doggos. What? True. Okay, well just zip right past me then. Fine. I don't even like you. You could. Tell you. I couldn't. I see it coming. I would have shift click it to get the. Well, wait at Lake City. Did you just launch out of things? Okay. I wasn't shooting at you. Okay. So where did your train go? Because I thought it. Oh, you despawned it. Okay. Crazy. Uh, no, I don't want to play with the sign. Oh, I. Okay. Yeah, it is. And it was making stuff. I'm pretty sure. Ah, what? Well, I was behind you with the train cars until your freaking rail spaghetti knocked me off. It lifted me up off the car. Clipping. Yeah. Okay. I can't. But the space bar doesn't do anything. Yeah. Oh. My old coworker started doing that as well. I've been playing the mobile app. I wish the precon. Yeah, I wish the precons were better because that's like I don't want to build anything. Like I've racked up like 30,000 coins or something, and they're ridiculous. So I don't spend anything. I get on, I do the daily little quest thing to play whatever color combos, and then just relax. Yeah, it's you should try not doing that. So I'm gonna give you a little bit of life advice that's done me really well, and I think it would bode well for you to hear this. Drugs are bad. Don't do drugs. Okay? I don't know if that's how that's gonna go for you. You're supposed to be doing math. I don't have that many letters. It's just FED. It's fine. Sure. It's it's something that is enjoyable. So I I don't know why I confused Commander with Emperor. It was okay. Um, because I remember when Emperor came out, and I remember when Commander came out. I played one or two. Like I bought one of the first Commander decks and took the precon and just started with that because they don't like when you drop like Moxes and Bazaars and other crazy. They get all kinds of cranky at you. But I mean, the last time I played against humans and I did like a turn two, the World Gorger combo and went, yeah, okay, I win. They just kind of looked at me and frowned. Like, yeah, no, it's pretty hot. It's mhm. I can appreciate a good combo, and that's fine. Like some of the stuff I see in Arena now. Oh well, I have Mobilize and this one Assault enchantment that says you take damage when a creature under 2/2 attacks, so I win because it just Mobilize 4, and some of it it's just like, well, it's painful. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. So a long time ago, and we're talking Kamigawa had come out, like no Kamigawa. So yeah, yeah, like the set it was around that set dropping. Like that's a fair bit of time ago. Hopefully, I can't despawn the train. Okay. Well. Oh, this brings me joy. You're welcome. It, it brings me joy. Because it's only got one station in the list, so it bumped back 'cause it's got two trains, so it just shimmied back and forth. Ah, it brings me joy. I don't know, but it does. Okay, so anyway, it was about the Kamigawa block, and yeah, at that point I was pretty well up to date. Me playing being a Type 1 Magic player, which only the old people are gonna know what the hell that even. I know, not in a long time, but my DCI number is still upstairs somewhere, the original. Um, but we started getting into. We didn't have a good way of record keeping for it, which would have been real nice. But playing mental magic. So, well, it's just you could play whatever card you could think of, but you couldn't play something that's already been played, with the exception of, we kept lands just to relieve that little bit of pressure. Basic lands anyway. But if you could remember, like, okay, I did brainstorm and I get to do draw three cards, put two back in any order on top of my library. Okay, like, you'd have to remember it was just extra. Your knowledge of the game benefited you, which, oh yeah, you'd get specializing into real weird stuff at that point. It's, and I think that's kind of disappointing. But if if I could do, like, I would love to do an online draft of Ice Age just for the hell of it, or the Dark. Like, I think that would be a really cool thing to do. Well, you in a draft, you get packs, and then yeah. So I mean, like, that would be cool. Just, oh yeah, no, not just taking pre-cons and going, but I think that would be a neat thing to do. Though, I mean, drafts were fun, but I haven't done them in so long. Like, seventh edition came out, and I did a midnight release for that and won a booster box because I drafted elves. So I'm like, how could you go wrong drafting elves? There's synergy there between them. They were one of the good, you know, creature types that always went well with each other. There was always, like Mercadia Mass tried doing mercenaries, and God, the mercenaries were the bad ones. The rebels were the ones that you could work your way up. You could start with a low ranking rebel and summon the next rank up, and then the next rank up, and search cards. Mercenaries, once you had the big one, you could search for the littler ones, which didn't, ramp well. But shame. No, those encounters were fun. Yeah, I would. Well, that's. And now they're doing, like, the Dominaria storyline is gone, which breaks my heart. Like, they retouched this, they redid this. Oh, that's cool. We revisited Phyrexia. I love that. Was it Obliterator? Seems like a poor man's Negator. It's weird, but now we're doing the. Was it the Airbender? I don't. Like, yeah, Avatar. That's what it was. and I mean, and that's just it. Like, I don't know. I don't know how I feel about all that because I don't know. I, I don't like the idea of those universes clashing. Like, uh, which is more powerful, Thanos' glove or the One Ring? Like, I, I, I kind of don't want a comparison between those, but nerd. Yeah, you're so
Just get
being
back to
that.
work.
Well, I can't. There we go. I have been. I Yeah, no, and that's fine. Yeah, yeah. No, they've kept the game alive for a long time, which is great because I still own my cards, so I know the the value of them is up there. But I think they just gave up on story writing. I like I liked like Arabian Nights. Nobody that was just out there. I mean, it's the origin of the Moxes, and that was cool. I did recently look for like I have a bunch of the books and I've read a bunch of the Ice Age series was cool. Uh, the it's fair. It's, but some of them were really good. Oh, I could. I could. I also don't see any presents spawning out here, which I'm a little confused at. Okay. So as long, as long as you have. Like we they could be. Um, no. I was kind of hope. Oh, I see one dropping. The dune buggying to them, I do kind of like this, and just bouncing around the desert. Yeah, I can't move. Ha, ha, ha. Um, but no, the Star Wars had a Disney screwed it all up. They came in strong. Disney, I was scared about Disney, and then Rogue One was really good. The rest was garbage for the most part. Um, like I still attest Jedi Academy and Jedi Knight, Outcast. Like all of them would have been great movies. But well, yeah, Thrawn's a great character. But why did we have to change? Like, I don't understand that. Like, what what was it, Snoke or something? Why wasn't that Thrawn? That would have been powerful. Put Thrawn in that role, and then he's working up to Thrawn restoring the Emperor. Would have been gold for 7, 8, 9. Would have been I would have been hooked. Well, Thrawn's a respectable foe, and the 7, 8, 9 just didn't have respectable enemies. They had garbage. Like I cannot tell you a single thing about the shiny stormtrooper and why it was important. It wasn't. Uh, no one cared. Like it could have made something of it, but you made it garbage enemies. It's disappointing. So I'm getting out of the vehicle and then I can't move anywhere. But yeah, I think Magic gave up on the storytelling as well, which is sad. Like, because Dominaria was a great world, and they,
Ho ho.
I mean, I didn't, I bought Ravnica and I kind of stopped around Ravnica for a while, but I was down with the premise of it. It seemed okay. So, Antiquities wasn't random. Antiquities went into the
Yes,
Brothers'
yes,
War.
well done.
Oh, well, I agree. The the distinction is it could stand alone from the story. It wasn't story dependent. There was no giant name heroes. It wasn't. Was it something with an L? Is the necromancer chick that's popular, or Jace, or whatever? But we have a right. I agree. I give me a micro story. Give me a short story, not a novel, and I think that would be fine. And the other thing is, I think they by sticking with the big characters, it's like South Park going to serialized episodes. It didn't work for them. I don't think it would work. It works for Magic either. Like if you want to introduce a planeswalker and he's a one-off, cool. That's great. You know, if it happens to things coincide, that's cool. But I don't know. Like, well, yeah, and we happen to have. Mhm. Yeah, oh yeah, yeah. We retold 4, 5, 6, but did it terribly. Um, I'm trying to think. I'm trying. Well, that's the bottom line there, which that's fine. I want these things to make money to keep them popular. Like you know what absolutely infuriates me is the only reason anyone's talking about Star Wars today is movies like Clerks and the nerd culture that talked about it to pain and built the world. So if you're going to do an epic novel, which I'm all for, look at Brandon Sanderson and his Stormlight Archive. I don't know if you're familiar with the book series. Dude, it's so good. So good. It is. He, but he's done a real good job of world building. Very detailed. He's like the first thing you hear about is the rules for this one group of people, and it's like they can do this 3 different lashings. This is their rules, and you start learning the world, and then he just plays in that environment, and I'm like, this works. Supernatural did something very similar with that. That's that's it. And there could be a slight twist on it, like, well, yeah, that's what yeah, some like vampires, right? No, you cut off their heads, idiot, and you go, and it's a small change. It's not a huge deal, but it shows some growth that the world gets things wrong. It was good, and I think not a lot of authors or people want to put like the amount of time that Sanderson puts into the world building for Stormlight. Like it's a lot. All these books are 1,000 pages for the major books. That's a lot to set the stage and take a slow build to that. But you come up with such a mm, mhm. Absolutely and no, it's a lazy approach. You're right, and I think in about 20 years we're gonna have some really good movies because then new people that have ventured into this, like somebody's eventually gonna try and make Stormlight into a movie. I think I can foresee that, and honestly, best time I've had was listening. I'm a big audiobook person, especially when I'm driving, but I was doing the audiobook for God, I think it was The Way of Kings, the first book. And I was sitting at home playing Minecraft, and I'm just like, okay, there's Stormlight. I'm picking up all these experience things. That's just like Stormlight. The armor from Stormlight looks just like the diamond armor. I'm like, all right, uh, no, no. It's a small snippet, but the mm, so the same every when I where I read the Ice Age series for Magic was predominantly sitting in my parents' hot tub when I was a kid. You know, spoiled a little bit, but it was outside during the winter, so I'm out in the air. It's freezing, but I'm sitting there nice and warm, and it it was the fitting scene to read a book about an ice age, and that was a big impact on that, I'm sure. But I tried taking that whole timeline right up, and I didn't quite make it to Tempest, which is disappointing. So I don't, it takes a lot to get the attention span for me to sit and read. You might be aware of that fact. It's not a strength I have. Nor's finding presence. But you well, so but your commute is next to nothing, right? Yeah, yeah. I have an hour's about a commute, so that's 10 hours a week if I don't do extra at the other job with the old district. But I, you know, 10 hours of an audiobook every week, like I've went through audiobooks, and I was going through them for a while. I was doing the 2 book program from Audible, so I was going through 2 credits a month. But Sanderson helped with that because I didn't get through his books in a month. But mm, okay, yeah, yeah, yeah. I was running out of titles. Mm, yeah, well, I think you did way better than me. 180. I got 180. I did terribly. Oh, there's another one. All right, let me. Can you not do? Oh, there's the map. Why that wasn't loading up for me? But no, you haven't done Stormlight at all. Ugh. Yeah. Oh, his little multiverse or mhm, mhm. Mm. Yeah, I'm not familiar with like, and that's my problem is, of course. Um, okay, where are you near the Thorium Brotherhood's hangout here? Already flying. Oh, hypertubes. Where are the hypertubes? I see it. I see it. So there was another archive that I would have recommended, being the Lightbringer archive. That was not as long as Stormlight by any stretch, but it was very good, and the author even included a version of Magic the Gathering in the book series, which was kind of cool. Mm, I am near a coal plant. I don't know. Oh, back? Jeez. Tell me I. All right. Where is the next one here? No, I mean like my tubes. I went I went away from the copper. Um, South. Okay. Okay. You know, there's two, but the directions are well, funky. Like I'm going over, shooting over the copper. Oh, well, okay. I went real far out of my way then. Okay. Um, but no, there's a couple like there's some shorter stories I found. Like Hyperion was pretty good. It was an interesting. That's my jam, yo.
FICSMAS bows can be crafted from gifts in the constructor and can be combined with candy canes to make the candy cane decoration. Unfortunately for us both, this is only the first of several decorations, and you have been encouraged to spend your time and effort on these precision-engineered fleeting moments of joy.
I don't know. I'm jumping through tubes. I think so. But you know what I don't see yet? What I'm waiting for. Well, hey, I'd like to stop falling now. Thank you. Overshot that by a good stretch, but yeah, you deserved it. Not reading good books. You're lucky I just ran out. That was my last one. Man, look at this really cool ladder to heaven. So long ago. It's been a while. So you got to update the signs for these things, don't you? Well, no, we're delivering these biopods. Yeah, guy. Um. Oh, that's a nuclear one. Okay. Yeah. Maybe you'll have read some good books by the time you get the stream going again. You should get through at least 2 of the archive books. That should be easy. It's only like. I don't know if I've read that or not. I don't remember. Um, I'm googling Robert John Jordan. Hmm. Well, I've given up on him doing it. I've walked away from the Game of Thrones. Like, okay. Yeah. Well, that's quite a few Wheel of Time books. Okay. I did
The red and blue FICSMAS ornaments are produced from gifts. Lots of
at
prizing,
Thanksgiving.
but this time in the
Was
smelter.
talking to the wife's
Now I hope you listen
niece,
to
which I
that,
guess is my
because I will
niece,
not repeat
in-law
it no
niece,
matter how
and
confusing this all is.
okay,
Blame
some are
the
in-laws,
original
some are
Fix-It
not.
Fun engineers. Most of them ended up in jail
Formalities,
for various
but
reasons. But do not worry, the event has since been
you know,
vetted by the second generation of Fix-It Fun engineers, who were only sued.
oh, that's nerdy.
You can now make
But
actual snow
she's
from
like
things.
eighth grade or something.
Now,
Apparently,
actual
goes through
snow,
books
I
like
mean, is
nothing.
constructed from
So
chemical
me being a
elements.
wise ass just went,
With
ha,
this actual
I got a
snow,
book you won't
you can
go
now
through, and it'll
create
take you
snowmen,
forever.
which are proven
Ha
to
ha.
improve pioneer
So I got
socialization and
there was
combat
actually a good Black
loneliness.
Friday deal
Having too
for
many
paperbacks
snowmen,
of the
however,
first
has
three
proven to be
Stormlight Archive
detrimental to a
books.
pioneer's health.
Like, all right, that's about 3,000 pages I can throw at her easily, and I think the audiobooks were like 45 hours. So I'm a terrible person, but I enjoy being a terrible person. I thought that was an acceptable gift. Okay. Oh, because we're smelting Christmas stuff now. Well, why don't you check your little doohickey? There you go. God, what sorry excuse for a streamer are you? My God. Inexcusable. I'm looking, yes. What is this? No, what's the shortcut? Hmm. Okay. I mean, a little bit, yeah. I expect you to just make it all for me. Yeah, that's good. With the sloop. You need them later, right? Yeah. Yeah. No, I saw that. So you almost need a North Pole here and slave labor. I mean elves. Oh, okay, good. Yeah, that's good. Mm. That's not bad. Hmm. 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 No, I mean it's time for you to start branching out, doing other games now, like Diablo 3, Warcraft, and Starcraft, and Minecraft. It's a lot of crafts, but I mean, Well, I mean, that's not why I was suggesting it. It's an enjoyable thing to do. I have a conversation today. Excuse me. Not that you put me to sleep and bore me or anything. Yeah. But like throwing down a couple, taking.
You can now finally
I
turn
think it would
on
be
picture
interesting to take
production with the
the
FICSMAS
lessons
category
learned
and focus
here
your attention back on
in your
tasks of actual
automations
importance,
and
like
apply
not
them to the other
questioning where the
games.
gifts are coming from and improving your
Really,
infrastructure.
hmm. Well, see, I wasn't even going other factory games. I was gonna say like taking what you've learned here in the way of efficiency and applying that to StarCraft, and because it's similar. You're limited on resources. You have to accomplish this in the faster you do. Say doing stream, and you're talking about principles and concepts. You don't need it to be on like the highest difficulty setting, or deal with the real humans. Um, I mean, we could just go play some Age of Empires too. How was Civ 7? Good. Yeah. Hmm. I think I was just playing 5. Really? I did a. Hmm. So I did a whole lot of 3, and then I went to 5. I see that. Until you got to 7, which I mean, really, that could be my jam. Hmm. I'll probably like it. Hmm. Well, so like one game, 2. Yeah, yeah. Well, that's a Civ game, but like, I think it would be cool to jump into other titles. Like, I've talked about this with you for a long time about you know, picking up a random game and walking in blind and figuring out how to streamline it like you do here, and drawing parallels you know and working that out. Like, I think it would be interesting. Like, mhm. Well, no, I see. I would be entertained by the the method of discovery. That would be interesting. How quickly do you notice X? How intuitive is Y? What could you pull from another game to combine the features to make it worthwhile? Like, could you load up a map editor for one game and come up with a completely new genre? Like, was it Dota came? I don't remember if Dota was the first that came from Warcraft 3, but oh, then then Dota was so there was Warcraft 3 maps that did the constant, you know, mobs coming out of it, and your hero just went around and did things. And it launched an entire genre just because of a map type. Like that's wild. So like it's not crazy to go around and come up with that, and just to see different features and what would be good to mix and match. Um, one more tree. I thought I just saw some presents. Uh, I just had one land over here. I just picked it up. Where did it go? It's lame. Hmm. Was there something special about the black Christmas presents? Okay. Okay. I don't see any. Why don't I get? Why won't? Oh, there's one falling. How do you know if it's a special one? It's not square. Way to go. You just stole that. You are. You are the worst person. All right, so not square. Does it look like a leg that's a lamp? I hmm, no, because they're all afraid that they're going to shoot their eyes out. It's a shame. Hmm. Flagpoles. Yeah. That was I thought it was a flagpole. Hmm. You're old. Ah. Yeah. So it was a flagpole. It was. Hmm. Yeah. A Christmas Stories. Licks tongue on the flagpole scene. That's right. Yeah. And then you can confirm that I'm right and I'm prettier and it's hard for you to live with, and that's fine. It's okay. This is just some of the adversity that you have in your life. Also denying me Christmas presents apparently, and that's very rude of you. Because there hasn't been anything spawning on me since I left the ammo plant. Yeah, I hate when you turn into a pumpkin and have anything to shoot at you with at the moment. It makes me sad. Yeah, I don't know, that's a little much for graphics. Might blow the presents off course. Not that they're spawning. Unless they're all spawning behind me in the circle I'm flying in around the. Yeah, but see, that's the little stuff that I think is interesting to listen to people come up with different methods for things. I find that conversation very engaging and fun. But I'm just slightly nerdy, I guess. And that's fine. Hooray! That's what it would sound like. Yes, since GoldenEye kind of ruined Christmas for me, it hasn't been the same since. Oh no, it was a great gift. Yes, I was an asshole about it when I was a child, so I kind of ruined it for myself because I was a terrible person and realized it at that moment, and then just kind of regretted a bunch. It was the moment of learning, which it well, I was being a child, yeah, yeah. So it's interesting to have those crystallizing moments, and it's rare to actually be able to say that was the day when that changed. More just interesting things. Yeah, I think so, but I don't expect anyone else to care, especially not my brother. Yeah, well, that's what I expect from you. That's fair. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah. All right, I got a couple rounds off before you impacted me though, so I'm kind of happy about that. Did you finish those 3 videos yet? Shame. Shame. Later.